Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Debbie Dubois. If this is your first time in, welcome. We have a very interesting video for you today. This is a video I'm going to be pulling cards. Actually, I will say I've already pulled the cards. I did this 4 or 5 days ago, but we're going to be looking into something that's kind of controversial, and it's something that I've kind of wanted to avoid, but we're going for it today. But I actually did pull cards about 4 or 5 days ago on this. And as the cards were coming out, I knew that this was a video I wanted to do. So I kept my cards separate. And I've got like 3 different decks I'm working with right now because I'm spending a lot more time in my own personal expansion, going into the source field, going into what I'm calling the universal field of light, and asking questions and getting answers and then confirming with my cards. So I did this on a subject we're going to get to in a minute, but I wanted to say one of the reasons why this video has taken a little while to come to fruition is because energies are off the charts. I mean, I have been so busy. I feel like a triage nurse. I have been working with my team. I've been working with clients. I have been hooking this person up with this person because this person specializes in this and this person needs that. And so it has been so intense. Every morning I've been like, okay, I'm going to do my videos because I got a couple of videos planned. I was like, no, you're not. It's like, okay. So if you are feeling that way, you are not alone. Almost every one of the way showers that are part of my team or part of my client network, we're going through some serious upgrades. And these upgrades are also, and I'm chilling on this, the upgrades are about a lot of the themed, templated, I want to say the patterns that we've come in to clear for the collective. Whatever we think we've been working on, that last level, I hope it's the last level, starts coming up very, very strongly. But there's one theme in all of it: empowerment. So every single person that I've been working with, including myself, because I've been doing work with myself and doing my own practices and working with others with myself, is all about leveling up in terms of our empowerment. A lot of people have found themselves kind of all alone in some respect, in that they have circumstances that are happening to them that are requiring them, whether it's an illness and they're required to stand down, or if it's just circumstances that they're facing in their personal life that are patterns that they've been dealing with. It's coming up big time. And now all of this is happening while we have the thing with the presidential attempt and the blue screen of death. So all of this is going through. We are in for a ride. So now that I've kind of addressed that, and I definitely will be speaking more on that in the future, very soon, actually. I want to go ahead and address what came up, I would say 4 or 5 days ago. And I'm going to bring up my very good friend, Hamish Bartholomeus, because he and we have been sort of following along with a woman you may or may not know of as Kimberly and Goen, the Office of the Guardian. All right, now I'm going to first off, I'm going to say this. If you want to be a hater and you want to put a bunch of shit down in the comments below, that's fine with me. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Hamish has got a great point. When people make wide sweeping, broad statements, black and white, this is how it is, and it's going to piss people off. Some people are going to jump right on board with the person and go, yes, I agree. And then other people are going to be, oh no, this person is a shill. We see that with characters in the movies, even like former President Trump. We've got a lot of people that have his sweeping statements will trigger people on either side of the aisle. It's gonna make them make very definitive choices about how they feel. Well, Kimberly and Goen is one of those people. And people either absolutely think that she is a shill and a con man and she's full of shit. So you either love her or hate her. You either believe that she is who she says she is or not. Hamish and I have both agreed to watch her very carefully. I have actually done a video already. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. It is, I believe, in this. I will link it below because I'm not sure if it's here or if it's on another channel. And because I have two channels. But anyways, I did a reading already about Kimberly and Goen and President Trump, and this goes a couple years back. And I found that video and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's when I first, kind of started questioning the president because of this. And so that's how I began that video. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was talking about this, gosh, so much happens. We forget like where we were at and what we were thinking. And thank goodness I do have a YouTube channel. So I go back and I see where I was at any given time. But anyways, it wasn't too long ago that Hamish and I, he came to me and he said, I think Kimberly and Goen is about to like play her part. When Hamish approached me with that, I was kind of like, well, that's interesting because I've kind of watched her and I've thought, yes, she is who she says she is. And he's like, nah, she's a con man. So we kind of go back and forth. But I think what we both ended up agreeing on, and this is how I felt about it, is I saw her kind of as a bridge because we have to find a way to get from the very, very dire straits corner that we've walked ourselves into or been walked into financially, and there's got to be a bridge. And I'm not going to go into a lot about who Kimberly and Goen is, but if you want to check her out, she's at unitednetworknews.earth, and I will link that below as well. She has a paid subscription, but she does release her stuff every week to YouTube. So you can get her stuff a week behind. And I've been following her for quite a while. And I've even done videos saying that I really stand behind what she's doing. I even created something, a little mini film about the fact that I did believe that there's a new system coming forward. So I just want to preface this whole conversation by the fact that I was very surprised when Hamish came to me and said, I think she's getting ready to play a part. It makes sense. And I said, I do too. So I said, I want to pull cards on it. And he's like, yes, do it. So that's what I did. And I was just sitting there and I was shuffling the cards and I decided, let me see what the cards say. And all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and start the card reading. I will let you know it's been 4 or 5 days, like I said, since I looked at these cards. So in a sense, I'm reading these cards fresh, but I'm interested to see if I get the same intuition I got at the time because I kept getting the, oh my gosh, which happens a lot when I read cards. So let's see how that goes. So what I basically did, I'm using the Int Oracle, and these are the cards that I pulled. And really what I do a lot of times in situations like this is I say to my deck, tell me what I need to know about this circumstance. Tell me a story. All right. Interestingly enough, I said, okay, tell me about this Kimberly and Goen and tell me about everything I need to know about her. What was the first card that I got? Was the fox. And I thought, okay, well, we're off to the races because the fox is about something's off, something's wrong, self-interest, deceit, trap, sly, crafty. So of course, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, oh, nope, okay, she's a disinformation agent. That's right off to the races. But the beautiful thing about cards is that you can't always just take one card. You have to take all of the cards. So, and when I do my cards, I lay them out on the table. So cards that are right next to each other have significance together. So the second card that I got was this, the man. All right. So the man, the man with the black hat and the dark, I have two men in the deck, and this one is the dark man. And so I was like, oh, the masculine, right? That's how I usually read these cards. But in this case, something's not right with the man. Who is the man working for the man? And I thought, oh, okay, so something's not right with our patriarchal structure. And then I got the book. All right, the book is about hidden things. It's about the unknown. It's about knowledge, mystery, education, secrets. So something is not right with the man, and there's secrets and there's things that are unknown to us. And then I got the yarn, and the yarn is all about complicated circumstances. It's about, this is what I love about this. It's also about unraveling, right? It's about unraveling. So yes, we have complicated circumstances. We have a conundrum. We are definitely in a tangled up situation. But remember, the question I asked is tell me about Kimberly and Gogen and all of what is she here to do? What is this about? And I immediately, unraveling came out. So maybe, just maybe, we're about to see some of the unraveling a lot of us have been waiting for. Then I got the bellows. And the bellows is about getting things going. It's about fanning the flames. It's about getting it going. It's a catalyst. It ignites things. It sparks something. It breathes air into something. So look at that fire. Are we about ready to see some fire, fanning the fire and getting things coming? Then I got the tornado. And the tornado is about destruction. It's about totally wrecking something, breaking it down, over and done, the end. Even it does use the word violence. I mean, it's about, we've got a storm that is coming that is going to literally just plow right through. And after that, I got the mountain. So the mountain is about delays, problems, solitude, it's obstacles, it's blocking, it's barriers. So while we have this storm coming in, it is going to create some kind of barrier, whether that is between all of us, like if there's something major happening or major coming, or it's just stating that this is a problem. This storm that's coming in is a problem. And I got the coffin. So I'm like, oh crap. I mean, we're in dire straits here. It's really the feeling that I was getting with all of this is we're going through a time of, it doesn't always have to be about death. The coffin doesn't always have to be about death, but it has to do with inactive, right? Inactive, discouraged, forgotten, down and out, over and done, endings, breakups. There is an ending coming here. So the cards are saying, you're asking about Kimberly and Goen. We've got all of this stuff breaking down. And then as if that wasn't enough, I get the tower. The tower, Mars, the ruler of destruction. So we are in sudden change. This raw energy is creating chaos. We are in a survival instinct. And how many people have been going through that as they go through, it's like a change in their entire way of being. Nothing is the same anymore. Let's just face it. Nothing is the same anymore. And we're really required to get up day after day and just act like it's just another ordinary day. Oh, it's the blue screen of death. Okay, well, we'll just deal with that now. So many of us have gotten resilient towards this, but we're really dealing with the tower energy. And as if that wasn't enough, I'm telling you, you can't make this shit up. I got the ball and chain. So I got the ball and chain, and that's really about codependency, addictions, having a lot of emotional baggage. Who doesn't have emotional baggage that we've got to unload at this point because of the way we're living, because of the way things have happened? The ball and chain is about weighed down, trapped, restriction. Okay, I want you to think this word restriction is on the card. And what comes up next? The world. The world comes up. What is that word on the card? Restriction. It's like, are you kidding me? Saturn the regulator, which is the world card, is all about completion of cycles. It's about governing time and matter. It's about commitments, boundaries, restrictions, but it's also about integration. Okay? The place we find ourselves in is the integration of the light and the dark. It's the period of time where we're coming to an accomplishment. We're coming to the place where we are integrating and coming into a completion of cycles. These cards are all about the destruction of the old. It's all about we are in a major transition. And so remember, this is asking about Kimberly and Gogen, and it's setting the stage. I almost want to get emotional when I see the next card. Resources. Resources. What do we need right now to back everybody out of the corner? We're all in a financial corner. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you're making. You may be living at home with your parents. You may be teaming up with another family. You might be staying in relationships that you cannot stand being in that are killing you. Everybody is backed into a corner. Most people, a lot of people, are backed into a corner financially. This is unsustainable financially. Resources is exactly what Kimberly and Goen is promising. So without getting into too much detail, if you don't know who Kimberly and Goen is in the office of the guardian, is she has claimed that she is the person who actually has the purse strings of the real financial wealth, in that she is the one that it's been entrusted to during this shift and change. And we're way into, it started a long time ago with her describing how she's gotten to where she's going. Now she's actually getting to the place where all of the resources are going to be able to become available to people. I will tell you two things about what she has said that I think will change the world. Number one, healthcare, not death care, but healthcare, where you get a card and you use that card and you use it for anything and everything having to do with your health. There is no premiums. It is gifted to you by who you are and your divine right to be taken care of while you're here on planet Earth. And if you were to ask me, this is one of the single most important things we could do, because how much money are we paying to the insurance companies, and how much of the insurance company is running the medical system? So can you imagine having a card that you go to the doctor and you just pay them and the doctor gets paid immediately? There's no negotiating rates. There's no, oh, you do this and this. It's like, how about your vitamins? Would you like your vitamins paid for? How about a bicycle or a gym membership? Or you need a surgery, or you want to get your tarot cards read because your mental capacity to deal with a situation requires some counseling and you like tarot cards. That's the kind of stuff that she's talking about in terms of a program. And she's also talking about life essentials, which is ensuring that you can make the amount of money that you need to make in your area, wherever you're living, that you can meet and exceed a good living. So if you're a maid and you're making so much money, but you need this much money to live in that market where you work, you would get supplemental income. Now, there's a lot of people that think Nasara, Jasara, oh, we're going to get millions of dollars. This money is owed to us and all of this. And if you don't know anything about that, that's okay. You don't need to, you can go look it up. The problem with that is it wrecks our society. But some of the plans that she has, if she is who she says she is, to me, would change everything. It would take all the financial burden off of everyone so that we could go ahead and get on our feet again. And then we can do what we want to do. Then we can go work at what we want to do. And then we can leave relationships that are horrible for us because we're stuck in them. There's just so many changes that get made. So this is where I've been watching carefully because I think that those are brilliant plans. But the truth is she who she says she is? Does she really have the ability to deliver this up? And I got the resources after all of this stuff. Now, all right, so let's go from there. What else did the cards have to say? I got the tree. The tree is about health, vitality, personal growth, evolving, fertility, connection to source. And I will say, I mean, listen, I'm just revealing little things to you that I have felt. I'm keeping my cards organized over here. I have been watching and listening to what she's saying because I have my very definitive ideas about where we're going spiritually. I've got very, very specific things that I am believing, but I'm also open enough to shift my perspective as new information comes in. I've been watching her very carefully, and she is teaching all about empowerment. And she's talking about source and source connection. And those are two things that I really resonate with. So we got the tree. And then we got the cross. So the cross is all about necessity, duty, crisis, destiny, trials. And right after that, I got the woman. And I believe that they're speaking about, the cards are speaking about Kimberly and Gogen. This is her destiny. This is her conviction. I want to say this. I have no idea what other elements are behind her. And I'm not speaking specifically to the fact that I don't know all the details of any of this, but what I do know is that we need, and it's 2222 on this camera right now. That's anyone that knows me knows that twos are really huge for me. What I do know is that she believes everything that she's saying. It's not like she's lying to anyone. She totally believes it, and I'm starting to really believe that this is a stepping stone that's going to happen based on some of these cards, because the next card after that is the ladybug, abundant life. Okay, so we go out of this, think about the tornado and the yarn and the coffin, and then all of a sudden we move into a new space. Even I think it says birth of a daughter on here. Yes, it does. This is comfort. This is leisure. This is, if you take all the financial stresses off of people, what happens? Everybody gets to breathe. I mean, one of my sessions yesterday, I mean, this was a 5.5-hour session. One of those major things that came up is the inability, because this is a heavy hitter that is here helping everybody on the planet that I was working with. And she is saying, I want a break. I want to go put my feet up on the beach without feeling like I got to do ley line clearing and all of this stuff. Who can blame her? I feel the same way, you guys. I work 24/7. I'm probably working while I'm sleeping. I go to the gym. Okay. Gym, but it's work. Okay. I'm training. Listen to this too. We got the archer, which is the go-to gal. Careful aim, direct, straight shooter, precise, implement a strategy. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I got to juggle all these cards. Go-to girl, implementing a strategy for an abundant life. You know, and the thing is that doesn't end there. We got the Celtic knot, which is about love. It's about bringing in the love element as well. Connected, divine union, eternal love, legendary. Love is something that so many of us, we don't have time for anymore. Let's just face it. I mean, I started realizing that I'm so busy and I'm so directed by the passion that I have for why I'm here. I don't even have time to connect with people anymore. I mean, I'm like, choom, choom, choom. You know, that's what it feels like. But what do we really need to bring back? The love element. I also got the tower. This is a different tower, though. This isn't the energy of, well, you could say it's the tower, and you could say it's taking down these things. But look at what's on this card. corporations, legal systems, governments, institutions. This stuff's got to shift. This stuff's got to shift. It's got to go away. We can't keep going on this trajectory, right? I also got the compass. Finding your direction. Find your way. Know where you're going. Once again, make a plan. Implement a strategy. Make a plan. Implement a strategy. Right next to the woman. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now look at what else I got. The waterfall. That's about abundance. That is tears of joy, release, fulfillment. Let it go. There's a lot of work to be done here spiritually. There's a lot of shifts and changes that people, need to make. They need to wake up. There's a lot of people that don't really know what's going on, although I'm beginning to think there's a lot more people that know what's going on than we really believe. But we need the overflowing abundance. When you have abundance, you have space. When you have vacation, you have space. You have space to take things on, to make shifts and changes. And I got the stallion, which is about fast forward movement. It's about, it's breaking free. This is breaking free. This is our freedom. It's unbridled. We take the bridle off. When we are not held back, we can move forward rapidly. It's tame versus wild, which to me says controlled versus free. Unleash the inner beast. That's what that does. I also got the magnet. All right. I got the magnet. The magnet is that je ne sais quoi. It's that something. It's that field of influence. The field of influence is the field, the universal field that is all around us, that we have been, for all intents and purposes, disconnected from. Who has time to connect with this field of influence? Well, I'll tell you who does, me, because that's what I've been working on. I have been spending hours going into the field, asking questions, getting information, confirming that information with the cards, asking more questions. That's the field of influence. It's returning. I also got the dog. Now remember, we are talking about Kimberly and Goen. The dog is a supportive friend, faithful companion, soulmate, helpful. Doctor, nurse. I mean, even doctor, nurse, vet, and pet is crazy because her health plan covers pets. It means you can take your pets and it's paid for. Surgeries are paid for, right? Now, I did get the cloud, and I really interpreted the cloud to mean there are a lot of people who would have lots of doubts. I mean, they'd be like, yeah, I don't know about this. It's too good to be true. Hesitation, beyond view. You can't really tell it's clear. Confusion. Like a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, I don't know about this. But there's new beginnings here with the child. There's new beginnings. And this gives us new perspective. It is brand new. It is a return to creativity. Think about how creative you could be if you didn't have to worry about, it's not about you're not worried about making a living, because she's not looking to destroy the society that we built up. It's a bridge, okay? It's a bridge. But what if you could do what you love to do? And if you didn't make enough money doing it because it doesn't pay what you think you need, what if there was income to supplement that to get you to where you need to be? What if you really love tending bar? Although bartenders probably make more money than I do. I think I picked the wrong career. But whatever it is that you love to do, it doesn't matter what it is you love to do. What if you could do that? That's a brand new way of living life. It's brand new. It's creativity. It's carefree. I got the island. And the island, the word that jumped off of there, see, island is a lot of times about separation and sequestered and going solo. But, you know, and a lot of times I think of this as not necessarily a positive card. Like if you're reading relationships and stuff, you're like, oh, it's solo time. It's time to be an island or whatever. And lonely is a word on here. The words that jump off at me is really about independent and protected. In a scenario like this, you are somewhat protected in that there are resources, right? Where's my resources card? There are resources that enable you to be independent. So you are able to fly solo. You are able to, like, for example, if you're in a really horrible relationship that you're staying in because you need to financially and you can't even entertain the thought of leaving, you get the opportunity to do that. The other thing I want to say, the other thing about separation is there's been so much codependency. I almost feel like it's a really good time when you have the resources. It's a really good time to find out who you are independently as an island. Now, another card I got is the beaver. And again, this is about the situation with Kimberly and Gogen. It says things work against you, but persistence pays off. New things are on the horizon, making dreams real, determined, repetition, right? I also got the crow. Right. The crow in this case is, I feel like, first of all, it's a clever problem solver. So this whole situation brings about a new event or happening that solves problems. And in that, the final card that I got for this portion of the reading was the albatross, which is, I tend to look at it as it's about baggage, curses being lifted, shame, regret, all of the burdens. And there's two meanings on this card. It can either be a good omen, and or it can be shame. I'm feeling that this is our ability to release some of this old baggage that we have because we get a reprieve. So anyways, that is the first part of my reading. And now I'm going to collect the other cards that I have. I read, this was done with the Int Oracle. This is really, well, I want to say it's my favorite deck. I've been using it the longest. But the Zodiac 108 is the second part of this reading. And to be honest with you, I was using this deck, the Zodiac 108, in the 5-hour session that I did yesterday, and the cards were stunning. We were both like, oh, are you kidding? Oh my gosh, no way. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to look at the Zodiac 108 and what it has to say about Kimberly and Goen. The question I have to ask is tell me specifically more about Kimberly and Goen. Okay, so the question I now had for the deck, and this is with the Zodiac 108, I pulled quite a few cards, you guys, but it was like I wanted to find out about Kimberly and Goen as the person that she says she is. Like, tell me about her. Like, I wanted to know about like the whole concept of care and the restoration plan and all of that. Is it real? Now I wanted to know about her. So I started pulling some cards, and the first card I got is the tandem bicycle. Okay, so the tandem bicycle is about togetherness. It's about harmony. It's about cooperation. It's about alliance. Now, one of the things, oh, I just had a little birdie hit the window. I hope that birdie is okay. So anyways, working as an alliance now, she does talk about the fact that she is working with the others, meaning I want to say who we would think of as extraterrestrials, but they're actually terrestrials because they're here. They live here. They've been living here. They just are not human. So that's kind of interesting. She's been actually working in alliance with them. I got the hot air balloon. All right. The hot air balloon is she's bringing a new perspective. She's defying gravity. I got the word ascension, elevate, feeling good, don't resist. This is an uplifting freedom, go with the flow. I got the coin toss. And it's interesting because the coin toss is kind of the what Hamish and I have been discussing over a long period of time is that we're not sure how we feel. It's like, I mean, he's very definitive about, and I'll let him speak for himself, but I mean, he's been pretty definitive about, I don't know, but we can't deny that there's something to watch here. Well, he's starting to see that this might be the bridge, but it's that feeling of you don't know how you feel about her, right? But then I got the symphony, and it's like no matter how you feel about her, if you really look at what she's doing, she is co-creating. She's working with Source, and that's she credits everything that she's doing is she's working directly with Source to collaborate, to arrange. The symphony is all about an assembly, and she actually had assemblies at one point. Structure, organizing, working together, arranging, leading, organizing, follow, display, cohesion, co-create. And the word harmony is on there, so that's interesting. And so I got the fish hook. All right, so, and what's interesting, I'm just going to say it, I also got another balloon after that, and I think that that goes with the hook, but we'll talk about the hook first. So I got two balloons, and the balloons are all about freedom. That's rising vibration, ascension. That one was the hot air balloon, right? And the others are the balloons. So, but the fish hook is all right, the fish hook is about feeling vulnerable, feeling helpless, being paralyzed, being um, in a trap. Now, it's interesting. The words that show up on this card is con man. So it's so funny because that's one of the words that, Hamish and I have bantered around. Like, is she a con man? Like, is this a con? Is this? So we've got a con game. But at the same time, we have resourcefulness, abundance, prosperity, luck, great catch. This goes along with that coin toss. It's like I really feel that so many people are going to be, now remember, I'm asking directly about Kim Goguen, and I feel that so many people are going to be like, I don't know about this. 50-50. It's kind of like, yeah, I'll have to see it, wait until proof is in the pudding and all of that. Because really what she's doing is she could be a bridge between that feeling of being helpless and also offering up the abundance that solves that. So this fish hook has a very interesting, the card can be read either way, and it's right next to this 50-50. But again, we're getting the balloons, which is about uplifting humanity, higher perspective, let it go, attaining goals, independence. So relief, the word relief is actually on here, which is really what I feel if she's is who she says she is, she could bring great relief. I also got the rings. So the rings are about contracts, agreements, connections, interconnected, engaged with like-minded people. This may bring us to a place where we can actually get to that space. Like she might be bringing in this energy. What I thought was really cool is we got within a few days. So I'm not sure if this really means within a few days, but let's face it, guys, we have had some accelerated stuff happen. We're about ready to move into the Lions Gate. A lot of people are saying the Lions Gate, which opens, I believe, on July 26th. We are talking that this is imminent. If she is who she says she is, this could be an imminent kind of thing. And I got the flamingos, which is about long-term potential. It's again, je ne sais quoi. It's that something you can't really put your finger on. But there's also the word on here, courtship, the it factor, alluring. In other words, the idea of what she's doing is very alluring because we are looking for something. But I would say that what we're not looking for is a savior, and we're not looking for a trap, right? We're not looking to be trapped into something. So of course that's I'd say that's where everyone's hesitancy, we're starting along the freedom, we're starting along the independent creator being power. And do we want to sign up for more of the same? Is this more of the same? And is it even real, right? So there's a lot of energy around this. I got the person of air, which is really interesting because she is a Libra, and that is a person of air. And this card describes her very, very well because she can be very cold, unemotional, very abrupt, sarcastic, upright, but she's also very quick-witted, and she's very rational, calculated. All of these is how she comes off, and that's how some people don't like that. They're like, oh, they want the love and light and peachy fuzzy kind of person, but she's got a lot of masculine too. She's bringing forth what I consider to be actually kind of a very good balance of feminine and masculine, because she's very feminine looking. She's very pretty, and she's very feminine, but she's got that toughness too. Got the dynamite. So we're really looking at who this person is. Got a lot of passion. She's energetic. She's a catalyst for change. She's a firecracker. She's going to blast stuff. Yeah, I'd say that pretty much describes her. If you listen to anything that she says, she'll just say it like it is. The other thing is forked road. Got the forked road, and that is she's going to change direction of things. I mean, this is a free will choice. This is a free will choice that we have as humanity, but this brings about possibilities. It gives us a turning point, a change in circumstances. Yes, thank you. I would like that, financially especially. And, I want to say this right now, is that regardless of whether we have any help at all from outside of ourselves, I think that as long as we keep in mind that we're as team as this, and it doesn't have to disempower us, it can actually empower us. The other thing I got is the water bearer, which means she is a humanitarian. So she is working for humanitarian. She is unselfish. She is working to alleviate suffering. Benefactor. Come on. I pulled the resources. She is basically calling herself the guardian. Well, she says she's been given that title, the office of the guardian. She's a benefactor. This card is like perfectly suited to what she says she is. Got another unconditional love card in Anakaram. Okay, so constant, always, unchanging, devoted. And this is like the non-romance words on the cards, but unconditional love, infinite love. When someone, listen, there's quite a few of us that, to be honest with you, are doing this 24/7. We are always on the clock. She's one of them. She doesn't ever take a break from everything that you can see from her. She doesn't take a break. Swords and scales. This is about justice. This is about bringing justice, due process, making amends, cutting to the chase, everything being fair and square, evening things out, legal matters, fair play. Come on. Pretty much says, I mean, like, if you're going to believe the cards, there are 133 cards in each of the decks that I'm using. So that's 260 cards. These cards are coming to me and they're spelling stuff out. Ballet shoes. Ballet shoes is about stamina. I don't think I've ever met a woman that has more stamina than this woman has. I don't. And I work out twice a day. I have a lot of stamina. But really, seriously, laser focus, honing a skill, effort required, a balancing act, expertise, endurance, stamina. That's what it's talking about her. The other thing it brings in is the person of fire. So the person of fire is confident, visionary, entrepreneur. She's been a banker and owns several banks. Creative, strong, ruthless, courageous, strong-willed, sexy. All of these words, I'm telling you guys, these words, these cards are coming up to describe Kimberly and Goen. So I'm just saying, Sapphire. I got the sapphire. This also describes something about her. Wise judgment, power and strength, extroverted, divine favor, mental force, spiritual insight, kindness, motivate. I would say that pretty much describes the character I've been watching on the stage. Because I also want to say this. I mean, I do think that we are all playing characters in this movie. So I'm looking at who is the character of Kimberly and Goen in the Office of the Guardian. Repairman, here to help fix things. So make adjustments, recover, make things right, mend, upgrade. Many working parts, which is couldn't be more accurate. Reset, repair, fix, heal, make adjustments, skilled. Convertible. Are you tired of the cards yet? There's so many. Sorry. Convertible. So this is free will choice again, but this is all about freedom, going with the wind, going with the flow, alternative preferences, potential. Yeah, freedom, flexible. The plan is flexible. All right, now we get into optical illusion. It's not what it seems. So let's dive deep into that. All right, what is the optical illusion? The optical illusion, to me, this card says that there might be some sleight of hand going on in the background. There might be some predictive programming at play. This may be not what it seems. But I want to say this. Oh, interesting. I just got a United Network News notification at the top of my screen right as I said that. So things might not be what it seems. There might be a trap here. There might be confusion. There might be a trick. But let's go ahead and now you see why I couldn't stop reading cards, because I want to know, okay, tell me more. That's why there's so many cards, I think, because that card came up. So I got the castle. The castle is about the old guard. So the old guard has been timeless. It's been the wealth. It's been the ancestry. It's been the ego, the history, the legacy, the architecture, the power, the prestige. Okay, so this to me represents the cabal. So now we have, okay, there's an illusion here. What is the illusion? Let's get deeper into it. We're going to switch and we're going to talk about the old guard. How does she have to do with the old guard? Because this is about her. Okay. Then I got the yacht. So I started saying, okay, that's about affluence, smooth sailing, with the wind, prosperity, comfort, wealth, extravagant. And then I got the hammock. And the hammock really, I think this summarized what I have been feeling the whole entire time from the first time I ever did a video with her. She is a bridge. It's not what it seems. She is not offering the solution. She's not offering, okay, this is where she wants to take planet Earth. Okay, we're just now going to go into more of the same, but it's going to be a nicer slavery system where you get a vacation while you're a slave. It's not going to be like that. This is the old guard. This is where we're headed. And we're in between the two worlds. We've got to have a bridge. The hammock talks about time off, relax, rest, recuperate, right? This is an inactive period. This is suspended between two things. The other thing that's on this card is self-actualization. How can you become self-actualized or get in your own power if you don't have time to integrate all that we need to integrate in order to move forward? We need time alone. She brings time alone in a cabin. The cabin is, we get to disengage. We get to separate, divide, disconnect, and get to know our own personal power, because all the codependence to try to make this whole operation work, we need a break from it. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of space here. We need time with our family. We need time with our family. Soul tribe. It's his soul tribe. It's our actual blood and relationship families. But what this is about support systems. It's about tribe. It's about dependable, sincere commitment and trust. Oh my gosh, there's so many words on this card. Kindred spirits, right? This is that rest. We need the rest. We need this time. She is devoted. Listen, what these cards are saying to me is she's devoted to that coming in. Things are not what they seem. It is not necessarily about taking us into, like, a lot of people are very suspicious that this is just going to take us into like more hierarchical, more structure, a different kind of structure where you're still, under the boot or whatever. We have to have a bridge. But all right, going along with the time alone in the cabin, we've got the yoga, which is also about going inside, right? It's about going inside. It's about getting a chance to have some time alone, to reflect, to take a break. So much of this, and this is maybe what Hamish and I were talking about, the reason why she fits perfectly into the movie is everybody needs a fucking break. Everyone needs a break. I need a break. I need a fucking vacation. I'm just going to say it. I need a date. I need a date. I just want to have a normal life for a day. Would be great. All right, a child. All right, and I need time for a date. It's not that I couldn't get a date, just so you know. It's not like I'm totally undesirable. I just don't have time. Just showing myself a little love here. All right, so we bring in the child. We need time to learn, love to learn. We need time to delight in the things that children delight in again. We need to bring back the inner child. We need time to explore. We need time to play. We need time to imagine. We need time to create. That's what children do. And we've been just a bunch of fucking grown-ups, so we got no other choice. We also need, the gavel brings in, we need justice. We need, again, justice is coming in. And so, again, this is, who is she and what is her intentions and what is, how does she affect things? Offer accepted, serious situation we find ourselves in, and we need to bring order to it. We need to have conviction. We need fair. We need fair. We all know what fair is, don't we? We all know what fair is. We know what unjust is too. All right. As again, this is just like the coin toss. This is the 50-50. I'm thinking that this might be like even what she may be thinking. It's like, this is a crapshoot. This is, I'm willing to just see what happens next. I'm going to keep rolling the dice. I'm really not exactly sure. I want to say I can't help but see the uncertain outcome. And I'm not sure, because I'm very much reading these cards from who is she? Who is she in relation to all of this? And I want to say she's been willing to take the risk. She is not even sure how this is going to turn out, but she's been willing to take the risk. And I think that she's coming from the place, chances are it's going to be, that she's willing to play the game and take on the potentials, that it's going to work out. And the slingshot, I would almost say that this is actually, I would say the slingshot is almost her. There's got to be a lot of tension and stress and anxiety and pressure in putting things into motion, right? You're pulling back the thing. It's the pulled in opposite directions. You're ready, aim, fire. But she's willing to focus. She's been willing to put things in motion. And I would say that she's probably under a lot of tension and stress. All right, this is a really good card, and that's the thunderstorm. I'll let you look at that for another minute here. The thunderstorm is about the opportunity to overcome. So with this person, as a player, and I want to emphasize that it's not that she's more important than any of us. She's in a unique position. We all have, as creator beings, and I'm sure if you're still watching this video at this point, which I'm sure I've lost 99% of the people, but if you're still watching this, you're more than likely, you are one of those people, and you're like, yes, I'm right on board with you, because this is me. I'm doing this too. This is our opportunity to triumph over evil. we've got an opportunity to do that here. She knows she's got the opportunity to do that here. And there's no doubt that we're in a place of conflict. Things are out of control. And there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity to bring in the energy of the still. And the still is something that develops over time. It is bringing it back in the refinement, the taste, the culture. It's cultivating. It's all about cultivating and developing over time, purifying. We've had a really, really bad run of it, you know. And the beehive is also, saying that this is something that is going to take a lot of persistence. There's the stamina card again, but she's bringing forth hard work, devoted, conscientious, energetic, continual effort, patience, concentration. Yeah, I gotta say that at least the character on the stage really does embody that energy. We've got the wheel of karma. We're coming to the end. So hang in there. We've got the wheel of karma, which is cause and effect. The word that really comes in is divine intervention. And I want to say that each one of us that have come here to do this work, we are an expression of divine intervention. That's why we came here. We are here to intervene in a system that's kind of gone haywire. We helped create it probably, and we're help cleaning it up. So it's not like, oh, we're here to save the planet or anything. It's just we decided that this was something we wanted to participate in. And we're talking about the rise and the fall. The rise and the fall. The rise and the fall of the upside down. I'm so excited for the fall of the upside down. I can't tell you. Got changing. We're in a state of flux. Anything can happen. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. That's where we are with her. And this is uncertain. Uncertain is, all right, you're in the movie, you're watching the movie. You kind of feel like that everything's going to work out, but you really don't know. So we're in that part of the movie where we have that uncertain feeling. And I'm sure she probably is like kind of uncertain. But we've got the airplane, and the airplane is about rising up, freedom, no boundaries. Things work out. Things work out. All right? Things work out. We're taking flight. And I got the energy of the emerald. So the emerald is about soul restoration. Soul restoration. We're going back to our divine creator being selves. This is a bridge to coming into the state of the emerald. And that's also about mature love. It's free flowing love. It's strong relationship, right? It is peace. It is humility. It is reflection. It is eternity. It is sexuality. It is fertility. It is healing. It is all of those things. And the last card I got, I had to stop on this one. The universe. This has been a universal journey, you guys. This is a universal journey that we have been on. Where does all this end? It ends in the unending, the enduring, eternal. If you want to call that heaven, if you want to call it the big picture, all that is, the creative force, love, one, perspective, it's enduring, it's unending. It is the universe. So I think you can see that after looking at all these cards, I'm like, bring it on, Kimberly and Goen. I really do hope and pray that we do have something of a bridge like this, because I truly am getting, and have been getting for a while, that what we're coming into is a new era. I feel like we've actually landed in the new, but something has to turn this big, huge freaking ship around. And it is the Queen Mary, and it is huge. And I think the Queen Mary is huge. And it's like, oh my gosh, we got to turn this big, huge thing around. And how do you do that? Hamish and I were like, yeah, I think I know how it would work. It would work if she is who she says she is. So that's the end of that video. Please don't hate me for bringing this information forward. I'm not saying anything about who she is and what she really is going to do. I'm just telling you what my card said. And I'm saying it seems like it would work if I'm the writer of this script and I'm looking at what's a twist in the script and how can I create a really exciting ending to this movie. it would be a really good ending to this movie. So you might want to check her out and see what you think for yourself. People are all over the board. You're going to hear it's such a hot, I don't know, it's a hot button. I didn't really want to press it because I'm like, I don't want any haters. But you know what? I really don't care. If you fucking hate me, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me in the least. But I say, but I love you. And I'm so glad if you made it to this point, you're my best friend because you probably are. The only one that's going to make it to the end of this is probably my best friends. So, anyways, thank you for joining me. And please comment below. I really want to actually hear your honest thoughts about this situation. If you think she is full of shit, say it. Tell me why. I want to know. I like to hear what everyone's thinking. So, oh, and if you do feel like you need a little bit of help along the way, email me because I am open for sessions. I'm super busy, but I will fit you in. If you really need me, I'm there for you. All right. So, anyways, take care. Love you lots. Till next time. Bye.